Alright people, Catfish Dave here. This video you're about to see is the reality and hardships of catfishing off the bank. From the glory days of fall, where y'all seen me land regular 40-pound fish and over. Woo! 50 pounds, people. 50 pounds. Oh, he ain't very long, but that's a fat fish. To what we have now, which is a shad kill. A couple videos ago, I made a video called Shad Kill. It was just started then. Fish weren't really fat yet. The shad were just starting to die. Well, the next video I went out, I caught one fish at 2 locations. It was a tough bite, which led us to this video here. This is a period of 3 different locations over 2 different days of basically a triple skunk. Now, I didn't fish long hours. I fished a total of probably 6 or 7 hours total out of these 3 locations because I knew the bite was bad anyway. But my videos are real. I show the good, I show the bad. I got triple skunked. One reason I wanted to show this video was it shows dealing with the elements and the weather. And the other reason I wanted to show this video was it demonstrates the relentless pursuit of bait when you're doing what I do, which is fishing for big cats. Guys that do what I do, we use other fish for bait. Depending on where you live, which fish you use might be different than what I use. In my waters, Tennessee River system, skipjack, gizzard shad are your #1 cut baits due to the oils in the meat, and it is the natural food source of that river. What this video demonstrates is you can catch skipjack in the dead of winter. I have used frozen bait maybe twice this whole winter because I have managed to pull out just enough skipjack to keep me fishing. Now, I don't catch a lot of them, but they are catchable even in the winter. They don't die. They don't just disappear and move south to Florida or whatever, you know. Skipjack are always around. This video will demonstrate that. Woo! It can't just be cold, it's got to be cold and windy. It was real high pressure last night. When I looked, I hope it ain't the same today. I'll find out in just a second. Well, it has gotten warmer. We're all the way up to 31 degrees, but it feels like 22. Yes, pressure is very high, 30.71. Much higher than I like it. It is what it is. I'm here, I'm baited, I'm gonna fish. Shad kill, or no shad kill. Gotta fish through all of it, the good and the bad. That last video I made was pretty dang bad. 1 fish, 2 different spots. That was a rough day. Of course, I was facing better pressure than what I was today. This is high pressure, man. Do not like that at all. It is what it is. I'm fishing it. It's daytime. It's the coldest part of winter. I typically bring a skipjack rig with me. While I'm waiting on a bite, I'll fish around. Skipjack get extremely hard in this kind of weather, this time of year. But they're not impossible. I mean, they don't all die just because it gets winter. There's something came up right there. I don't know what it was, but that's why I'm throwing these flies. Woo! Had to get my Daniel Boone cap on. I brought a bucket to sit on, you know, but it's just too cold to sit. 1 degree below freezing right now with wind. My hands are freezing or I'd be throwing for the skipjack some more. I brought me a spoon down here. I didn't seem to get nothing on them flies. Now I can reach farther out with a spoon, but I typically don't do real well on the spoon in super cold water. Now that don't mean it's impossible. One thing about the spoon, I can reach more distance and possibly get on something, but I'll try it in a minute if I can get my hands to warm back up. So far we're about 40 minutes in without a nibble. I can't even hardly say nibble because my lips are frozen. But either way, it's the same lethargic shad kill bite going on. Huh. Sounded like a pretty good fish. He wasn't very hungry. He hit it and spit it, but it sounded like a big fish. Finally getting a little bit of sunlight. Maybe that'll get it above freezing on me. Because I'll tell you, it's rough out here with this little bit of wind. Come on, come on. It's 2 pretty good bites in the same spot. Spit it both times. Both bites was on the fresh gizzard shad. That frozen skipjack I got on ain't getting nothing. We got something. Woo. I told you them skipjacks wasn't dead. Woo! He came off, man, right as I got him to the bank. I knew I had seen skipjack out there. Even if I don't catch no fish here, at least I've got bait if I want to decide to move to another spot. There we go. Seen them flip out there. Sure enough, got one. They're hitting these little bitty flies I got. Woo! Little bitty old skipjack there. Well, if nothing else, I'm getting some bait. Ain't getting no daytime cats, but I've got bait for when they do bite. These little bitty ones like this, be a good time to have a little sabiki rig on. I believe this is skipjack number 4 out here. Like I say, people, it might be winter time, but they don't just die. People think you gotta go to a steam plant to catch them. I'm gonna tell you, it's cold water. We got a shad kill going on, and I am catching fresh skipjack in Arctic weather. Just a matter of keep plugging away at it. It seems like it's close to noon before they wanted to actually start hitting a lure, which is kind of a weird time of day. But I know they're here, you know. I've seen a few jump out there. Well, so far I've caught 4 skipjacks out here, so I'm gonna take that frozen piece off that ain't even got a nibble, and I'm gonna put a fresh head on there. You never know till you throw it. I know I'm not getting a bite there. Broke that line off. Yep, that's why I wasn't getting no bite. I was hung up solid. Well, that one's hung up out there too. I've just now broke 2 lines off. And I don't even have any extra leaders tied, man. I don't know what's out there, but I have just broke off 2 lines. Now I'm down to 1 rod. You gotta be kidding me. Skipjack's hitting, I'd love to be fishing for them. I guess I'll pull this one gizzard shad head off with my 1 rod left and put a fresh piece of skipjack on it. I need to be fishing for these skipjack while they're hitting. I don't know how he done it, but he got all that bait off. It was hooked right through the skull and he still got it all off. Now that's a big fish bait right there, fresh skipjack head. We're down to 1 rod, people. I had no idea you get hung up that bad here. I've never really fished this much. This makes the 3rd time. It's obviously pretty nasty out there. I'm gonna sit here and fish for skipjack just a little while longer, and then probably go get me some lunch somewhere. There's number 5, it's a little one. Look what I caught, a diver's mask. All right, people. I'm about ready to get me some lunch. I have scored some bait. Got some shad. You've seen me catch 5 skipjack. You've seen me catch a diver's mask. The point is that skipjack don't die. I mean, just because it gets cold, you know, they don't just leave the state, you know, and go south or whatever, you know. They're still around, so guys have this misconception that you can't catch them during the dead of winter. You can. You've got to be there right when they hit, basically, and you got to throw the right thing. But the skipjack are catchable. They're catchable year-round. It don't matter. Yeah, they're easiest in the spring and in the fall, but they're still in the water the rest of the year. They still eat the rest of the year. They are catchable. Not as easy, but you witnessed me on a cold February day, Arctic weather. We've been experiencing a shad kill. All the guys will tell you that. You just see me catch skipjack. So it was 27 degrees when I started this morning. It's just got above freezing now. And in case y'all don't believe me about the date, what's the date?
It is Saturday, the 9th of February 2019.
There you go. All right, people. Well, I've got bait. I'm gonna go get me some lunch, and we will continue this winter catfishing adventure. Well, there you go, people. That's what happened at spot number 1. I got skipjack. Now, I left there, went and got me a bite to eat, went to Walmart, done some shopping. Later that evening, I went to another reservoir, and I threw a couple cut baits in the water, and I continued to fish for skipjack. Now, I didn't have no luck at all until right about dark, and no catch landed still, but I managed to at least get a hook set on a skipjack, but he came off. Oh! Did you see that? This last part of the video, it was high pressure that day, so I could have fished all night, but I didn't because of the high pressure. I figured I would go the next day. There was supposed to be rain coming. I thought I was going to beat the rain, but what I was hoping for was a pressure drop because of the rain. Well, I didn't do either. As soon as I got up, it was already raining hard, and when I got set up to fish, the pressure was still actually high. I can't believe this weather. Part 3 of this video is not how I wanted it to be. You spend all day chasing bait just to find out you're going to get rained out for 3 days. You got to take the cards you're dealt. Here we are. I did attempt to throw for some skipjack at this spot. I ended up hooking a couple fish, but the wrong fish. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw these skipjack flies while I'm waiting, probably. That ain't what we're after. This is a picture. Yeah! It don't feel like a skipjack though. That blasted fast. That ain't what we're after either. This weather's ridiculous. Catfish ain't eating. I don't care if you go shallow. I don't care if you go deep. I don't care which lake you go to. It don't matter. Catfish are not eating. Been doing this for about 3 weeks now. This is ridiculous. Well, that's it, people. You've seen me hit rock bottom. Hopefully by next weekend, fish may start getting catchable. If they do, they will be the size of basketballs from feeding on all the dead shad. It really can't get no worse. It can only get better from this video. There were no catfish in the video, but there were fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Dave, signing out.